All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is, Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click that link, you get a video introduction run down on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Sunseti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Sunseti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got some nice for your family. I got something I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check it out, get you something, and get a discount. Shop and save, save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 1,500 videos, over 35 different subjects. Plus, we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grand Master teachers. There is not another website on the planet that can compare advanced African academic science and wisdom that cannot be compared to by no other website. So get over there, family, become a member today, be amazed and fall into the knowledge is overflowing. And everybody knows SETI is popping on Patreon, BPC, making noise. We never come, exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube, man. We got over 500 exclusive live streams. And plus, you know, you get a chance to see the general go live. That's the biggest perk. And then, you know, it's in the lecture format where you see a lot of, you know, prolific visuals. And you know what I'm saying? I'm in lecture format, and that's what you want. So get on over there, family. Get that work. To all the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the general, the link is right down in the video description. Is in the chat. Click it, donate. I thank you. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about Prodigy today. You see, you know, Prodigy who, you know, passed some years back. I don't know how many years it was since Prodigy died. Uh, Let me see. I know somebody gonna put it in there before. Yeah, he died in 2017. Yeah, he died in 2017. So, you know, we talking about 7 years back. Yeah. Yeah, he was only 42. But the thing is, and just go, and I'm just, I'm being clear on what I see. You know, yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you some things that, when I see, a lot of his his photo shoots and so on and so forth, you see Freemason, connections. There's no doubt about that. You see Freemason connection. And what we have to understand is this. By the time you get into the industry, you understand what I'm saying? You didn't sign contracts. You see what I'm saying? You didn't sign contracts. You finagling. You are finagling with Freemasons. Oh, let's deal with that now. You ain't gonna go nowhere if all of them is connected one way or another. So you ain't gonna have no success. So unless you finagling with Freemasons. And so when I look at much of his photo shoots, his album covers, and so on and so forth, you see a Freemason connection. Now, when he, at some point in time, it seemed that he may have gotten disgruntled with uh Freemasonry. A lot of times you look, and many of these motherfuckers, regardless to whether they are Freemasons or not, you see what I'm saying? They could, and it must be the powers to be, you know what I'm saying? And that's high ranking in the lodge that allow this to happen. And a lot of times they feel like maybe if I'm connected and I'm initiated, you see what I'm saying, into the lodge, how is it that I'm getting locked up? Because Prodigy ended up doing some time. You see what I'm saying? He ended up doing some time for, I believe, possession of some guns and shit, or this, that, and the third. And he ends up doing 3 years, something like that, 3 years. And in that, being in prison, motherfuckers get to reading and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get to reading and shit, and they seen some things. But where I seen, because we see, the thing is, we always quick to say, yeah, motherfucker, damn, he deep. He exposing some shit. And then I seen his connection to Malachi Z. York and Africa Bambaataa. And I said, wait a minute, what the fuck is he talking about? I seen the letter where he wrote. Now, I don't know if he was in prison when he wrote the letter, but he was going in on Jay-Z. He said Jay-Z is a gatekeeper. He said that the nigga know what's going on, and that he's misleading black people. Yeah. He wrote a letter. You see what I'm saying? I seen the letter where he was going in on Jay-Z. You see, he was exposing Jay-Z, but then in that same letter, he say Jay-Z was a lie, and that Dr. York in Africa, Prodigy, that's how he wrote it. He say Prodigy, Dr. York and Africa Bambaataa is the truth. He say Jay-Z is a lie, Prodigy, Dr. York, Africa Bambaataa is the truth. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, what kind of frequency is he on? You understand what I'm saying? Because both Bodymon Bambaataa and Malachi Z, whatever the Z stand for, you understand what I'm saying? Z York is monsters. You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is you understand, got heinous crimes on their record. You see, and so how he came, the man said bam. Yeah. You say, wait a minute, Piff. You saying not bam. What you mean? You mean not that. You mean you saying, wait a minute, what you talking about down there, Piff? You got to explain that one to me. I'm trying to figure that. When you say not bam, what you mean by that one? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That's what I had to ask, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you right. Of course. Yeah, but that's who that's who he brought Africa Bambaataa up and shit. And now, when did them allegations come up? You understand what I'm saying? I got to find, I got to give, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get the timeline together. You see what I'm saying? Because I know, Bam's, when I don't know when his motherfucker, his timeline, when that shit, yeah, that motherfucker ain't nothing. That motherfucker is foul. You see what I'm saying? And no, that nigga foul. You know what I'm saying? And he was down there with Dr. York too. So that all fell in line. You see what I'm saying? That birds of a feather flock together. And so that's what's disturbing about that a lot of people don't bring up. You see what I'm saying? That the nigga, idolized two ignorant ass niggas, two monsters, and yeah, black power. Yeah, you know, yeah. And so and so he was, he was making these references. See, the thing is, and what a lot of people don't understand, when you sign that contract, you see, yeah, you see, uh, When you sign that contract, it's in blood, nigga. Nah, the thing is either gonna be your blood or next in line, nigga, for on your bloodline, nigga. That's how it go. So if you think you can renege and run from that, then they got a way of trying to touch somebody that's real close to you. So that's how it go. And so that's how it is when you fucking with that beast. If you don't want them kind of problems, then you don't see. And so that's what it seemed to me, because he was so adamant about this Illuminati shit. He was on interviews where he was he was going on interviews. He was talking about the Illuminati, how they control the world, how they control Hollywood, how they control music. And then abruptly, you know, when he went on, I seen him on Sway in the morning, and Sway asked him, what's up with this Illuminati, and do they control the music industry? And the nigga reneged. He reneged. He took it back. He started saying that the Illuminati was not in control of hip hop. That yes, there is an Illuminati, but they not in control of hip hop. And so they squoze him at that point. They squoze him. He went back. He went back on his own words. And see, the thing is, he was so adamant about that shit. You see, and for him, for you to come, and to go back on your words and shit like that, people ain't gonna believe you. You starting to lose credibility. You see what I'm saying? You starting to lose credibility when you go back on your words. You see what I'm saying? And and so, he signed another contract, because the reality was he wasn't going, they probably was squeezing their music, that, their ability to make the kind of moves that they wanted to make. And so he figured, if he, clean up his tone, and he clean up the shit that he was saying, that maybe he could move. So, nigga, you signed another contract. You see what I'm saying? And when he did that, you see what I'm saying? Obviously, they had some rituals, because usually when you sign a contract, nigga, they gonna send you through some rituals, nigga. They gonna send you through some rituals. Sway could have been their messenger. You see what I'm saying? Could have been. So, nigga, if you sitting in the industry, nigga, long enough, you are finagling with you finagling with the elites. You see what I'm saying? One way or another. You finagling one way or another. You see, and it's like, that music industry is no different than military. You understand? Which is nigga, you got to have clearance, nigga, to move up. You see what I'm saying? It's like when you go to the Pentagon and they got elevators and shit, nigga, and when you stick your card in, nigga, it already pre-programmed what floors you can go to, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? It might only let you go up 2 floors. If you try to motherfucking hit floor 3, it'll deny you. You can't go up. That's just how it is. So, that's the reality of the world at this time, being ran on the Freemason structure, that everything that, you achieve, nigga, you given permission to do that. You're not going to do what the fuck you want to. You see what I'm saying? That's just like when you go to school and you get them goddamn degrees. You can have a degree. But to make it official, nigga, usually whatever that degree is, you got to take that state exam. See, so you still ain't in the house. You got the degree, but the degree don't mean shit, because you still got to take that state exam. You got to get that state stamp. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that federal stamp. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to operate, you know, so you can get a teaching degree. That don't mean you could teach without being officially. You see what I'm saying? Taking you know, taking that state test, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck what, whether it's being a lawyer, whether it's being a doctor, whatever it is, you, and that's their way of, you know, of making you fall in line. And you know, even when this shit was going on, you know, with this pandemic and shit, and, you know, and whatever. You see, a lot of these doctors and shit and medical practitioners, if you know, if they ass didn't fall in line with the agenda of what the government was putting out there, you know what happened to their ass? They got their licenses revoked. You see, a lot of them got their motherfucking licenses revoked. So when you take a state exam and this, that, and the third, it's rules and regulations in that. You see what I'm saying? When you take it and when you go get your license, it lets you know all the rules and regulations of that license, that your ass adhere to the state or anything, any rules and regulations, any agenda that they put down, that you fall in line. If you do not fall in line, that your licenses can be revoked. I don't give a fuck if you laying bricks. If you was a brick mason, you got to go and get your license, your journeyman's license. That's what you got to go get. You see? Mobb Deep was, Prodigy was in Mobb Deep. Yeah, he was in Mobb Deep. Uh-huh. And so that's how they, you know, and so it's no different than in entertainment. You don't just get in, nigga, and no, you nigga, you go up, you given status, you know what I'm saying, you know, based on the elite, nigga, in that industry, giving you access. You don't get access. You see what I'm saying? You don't get access. It's certain, a lot of them motherfucking, you know, quote unquote parties is where the big motherfuckers is, you know, they be at the party for a little motherfucker coming up who trying to break into the business for real. You have to get access. You can't just go to them parties. You ain't got access. They got motherfuckers at the door, motherfucker. You ain't got no access to get in there and be able to, you know, rub elbows with the elite. You might can get in there and get you and say, yeah, this is my, you know, this is my work, this is my demo, or whatever it is. You could be an artist, you could be an actor, or whatever. And so it's having access to them type of, them type of meetings and them type of parties and shit that they be having. And so, yeah, and so if you ain't got clearance, you can't get in. So as you move up, nigga, you understand, you performing ritual. It's shit that you got to give these motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of them contracts is written in blood. You see what I'm saying? You do this and, you know, you can't speak out on that, just like the NBA. You see what I'm saying? Black power. You see, you know, they're just like the NBA. Some of them motherfuckers, they tell them don't be talking politics. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know, stay away from politics. We don't want y'all out there. You are an employee of the NBA, and the NBA as an organization will make an official statement if we make one. That we might not make none at all, but it's the NBA that will make the official statement on what stance that they take in certain, you know, dealing with certain political issues. And if a particular player, you know, take a stance outside of the NBA, motherfucker, you could be shunned. You could be, you understand, you could be penalized. You could be fined, nigga. They'll sit your ass down. They're just like what they did to Kyrie, nigga. You said something that was out of pocket, and whether you're meant to be, you understand, racist, quote unquote racist, we took it as being racist, and we're gonna sit your ass down, and that go for any other motherfucker in the league. And so that's it. When you sign up for certain institutions, they give you rules and regulations, and if you do not, you understand, you don't follow the rules and regulations, they'll sit your ass down. And so that's what happened. And so a Prodigy was talking a lot of this Illuminati, 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 and people know what that is. They know who in the elites in Hollywood and in music. They know who it is. You see what I'm saying? And they don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we is that, but who are you, motherfucker, to be exposing us and putting this type of information out? And so when you look at that's just like the documentary Goodbye Uncle Tom. And I put this out here a lot of time. It was a documentary on slavery and shit, and it was done by two Italian white boys and shit. And they didn't do it for black people. They did it for their own people, and showing really how vile slavery was. So it's a very vivid movie as far as depicting damn near all the shit that was being done during slavery. And so ultimately what they was trying to show their own white brothers was that you see what you done did. And at the end of the movie, it showed black people revolting and ultimately, you understand, in a war of retribution, man, attacking white people in America. That's what the movie showed. And so they did that for their own people to say, you know what you did, and you know that if they get a chance to, to have any retribution, that this what it could look like. And so, that was, them saying make a preparation, because this is where it's going, lead to if they get in any position. You understand what I'm saying? To you know, you know, wreak retribution on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so uh you know and so in that movie it was a part where they was the slave master was teaching the slaves, the men, the brothers, to never look a white man in his eye. That's what they taught the slaves. Never look a white man in the eye. The men. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just like, that's like a sign of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And they feared a lot of them slaves any goddamn way. These were some muscle bound, black men that'll break their motherfucking back. And so they did not want them looking at them because they was in fear of them. You see what I'm saying? And so they taught, the slave to look down at the tip of the white man's shoe. And these niggas ain't broke out of that yet. You know what I'm saying? They still look down at the tip of his shoe, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. And so what that means is don't challenge me, is what he's saying. Don't challenge me because motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. That's what he's saying. And one of the slaves made a mistake and looked up. All of them, they had a room full of niggas. And it was about 3 white men in there, and they was teaching them, and and they was all looking down at the tip of his shoe. None of them looked up. And then one slave made a mistake and looked up. One of the brothers looked up, and the white man slapped the shit out of that nigga, like smack. And you know what the nigga said? He say, "Thank you, master," and look back down. You know what I'm saying? And say, "Thank you for straightening my ass up." You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got to understand. And when you start revealing shit on motherfuckers, it's not about whether it's right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it might be right. Morally, it could be right. And some shit just got to be said. But understand the ramifications of that. That's just what because most of the time when they go to enact punishment on you, motherfuckers is gonna scatter. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna scatter. You're gonna be by your motherfucking self when that motherfucking punishment is laid down. Ain't gonna be no motherfucker gonna help you or this, that, and the third. And so you have to understand, nigga, when you get ready to take that and go down that road and you want to reveal, I mean, it's a lot of information that I didn't put out there. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't signed no contracts. You see what I'm saying? I ain't signed no contracts. And I make sure when I come with the sword of the ancestors and shit, so that the spirit of the ancestors is with me and shit. So I don't fear shit. You see what I'm saying? But when you didn't intertwine with that beast and you didn't sign with that beast and you didn't walk down the road with him, you see what I'm saying? And you didn't been in his midst. You didn't seen him in his beastly form and shit. You didn't saw him on all fours and shit. You didn't seen him in his, in the barbaric atmosphere and shit. And then you want to pull out. See, that's what they don't allow. And so and when you and many times niggas see they ass in that way and they still sign the contract. You see, and then when that beast put them rituals on their ass, they want to renege then. Where they say, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be all this. He go in that trick bag and pull some sinister sick shit out and say, this is what we gotta do for you to go up. And then you see motherfuckers pull out, but the blood, your name has already been written in blood. And a lot of times when motherfuckers try to renege, you also, it's a clause in there that if you try to renege, if we don't get you, we gonna get who next in line, closest to you. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. That's why you see Kanye and he was in there and he went to running his mouth, right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't sign on the line, nigga. See, a lot of people want to say, yeah, he said, well, yeah, but motherfucker, you said it after you didn't already sign the contract, though. You already on the hook, nigga. You understand? It ain't like you haven't signed no contract, don't want to sign no contract, and you on the outside and you spitting fire on him. You see what I'm saying? That's something different. No, you motherfuckers that you done been on the inside and you are a Mason. You understand? Kanye, a Mason. He might be a disgruntled Mason. You understand what I'm saying? But he's a Mason. Prodigy might have been a disgruntled Mason, but he was a Mason. At one time, he was in good standing. And then when they, he obviously maybe he felt that they should have kept him out of prison. Maybe that's what he felt. And when the reality, he went in there, he was mad, he went to studying, and he got a hold of some books and shit, and he went to reading about the Illuminati. And so, okay, now it's time to expose the Illuminati. He went to reading on how hip hop, and there was a lot of videos out there on how hip hop was being ran by Freemasons and shit, and he got on that wave. And when he came out, he was real adamant about exposing the Illuminati and very vocal. And then for out of nowhere, maybe a year or two after getting out, the nigga went to reneging and saying, no, there's no Illuminati running hip hop, this, that, and the third. And then it seemed like he got back on, on the Illuminati. We gonna expose the Illuminati. So you sign another contract, you see, and you didn't read the fine print again. And there was some shit in there that gonna ultimately break your back for real. They was gonna make sure that you done already been talking shit and this, that, and the third. And usually when they hear you talk shit the first time, they never trust you again. You see, so they really want to, and so for him to fall for that and to, go back on his words and shit, but he wanted to be famous. He wanted to still do his music. He still wanted to do that. And so that probably what led him to going back in there and, he wanted to be successful and shit and this, that, and the third. And the same motherfuckers he said he wanted to expose, he got to get a contract from them now. You see what I'm saying? You say the Disney, yeah, yeah. And so ultimately, he was talking about doing, thank you, family. He was talking about doing a play on the Illuminati. You see, he was talking about doing a play on the Illuminati and shit and this, that, and the third, and they got rid of it. You see what I'm saying? They say, when you listen to that, that he died eating an egg. Now I'm thinking to myself, what kind of egg? I want to know, did they put a whole egg down in the nigga mouth? I want to know. I mean, what kind of egg was it? You understand what I'm saying? Because, that sounds like some ritualistic shit. You know what I'm saying? You catch a man when you don't even know if he was unconscious and shit. He could have been unconscious or anything. I would like to know what kind of egg that was. I mean, it had to been a hard-boiled egg and shit. And the man choked on an egg. I mean, goddamn, what kind of egg? If it was scrambled eggs, that shit soft and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the only way, did he swallow a whole motherfucking egg? What was that about? You see what I'm saying? So when you think about that egg and you understand all type of occultism, that egg come into play. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's the Orphic mysteries, whether it's because the egg can be symbolic of a lot of things. And so I'm gonna have to go in there and I'm gonna do some research on that. You see what I'm saying? To get in deeper on what kind of egg was it? Was it a whole egg? You say devil, yeah, you say devil egg. That was cold blooded. That was cold blooded. He said devil day. That was cold blooded, bro. You see, yeah, yeah, that was cold blooded. Say it was a hard boiled egg, huh? Yeah, jar. Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna get off and do some extra research into that. You see what I'm saying? But most definitely, that shit sound like some ritualistic shit. Black Power family, yeah, that shit sound like some ritualistic shit. You know what I'm saying? A man dying on eating a damn egg, and you in the hospital. You mean to tell me that they couldn't come in there and do some damn, a Heinrich maneuver, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, to get that shit about that man. You know what I'm saying? They know how to do that, man. They do this shit every day. You in the goddamn hospital. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they know how to, they know what type of techniques to use and shit. I went to, you know, you know, when I went to what's that? What they call that? When I was doing my teaching thing. It's first aid. You see what I'm saying? And they teach you, you know what I'm saying? If somebody choking on something, that you take your hand, you ball the fist up, and you put it in, right in, in their stomach, right up under their abdomen and shit, and you take that fist and you take your hand and you put it on, and you know, to you jar, and push up in there to kind of, yeah, push that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's a child, you do it lighter than that, because you can break somebody ribs and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you get up and put that fist in there, man, put that hand under there, and you use it to push into the stomach and shit. So whatever is in the esophagus and shit like that, you can expel that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got shit you can put in the mouth now and shit that'll go in there, man, and get that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right, Ray. You know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But they got ways of getting in there, and they got all type of shit that they can put in there now, man, and man, they'll suck that motherfucker on up out of there, man. Shit. They'll get that motherfucker up out of there. But anyway, family, we ain't done. We'll do more research, and we'll most definitely check back on this, because this is very interesting to find out on to see what happened to the man. You see what I'm saying? Because we have to expose shit like that. But ultimately, don't sign with the devil. That's what it boils down to. Don't fuck with that devil, because right there you didn't already lost. You see what I'm saying? You didn't already lost. So family, we be black. This is General Sarasun Seti. Hit some of them links. I thank you for being here today. Support the general. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.